of grounds for divorce. Today we're going to do a deep clean on my Breville Barista Express. Now we need supplies, so here's essentially what we need. I've got a new filter that's soaking, and I have a sponge, a microfiber polishing cloth, cleaner tablets, and a couple of brushes. I also have what are called cleaning beans, which are made of grain. Another tool that I like to use, it's called the toothpick. Now this thing comes in really handy when your husband decides he's going to put hot tomato soup in the blender. And I will be posting a picture of the results of that, so you'll understand how and why I need to use a toothpick on my Breville espresso. All right, take that tip. You might see in here, I've cleaned this out really well, but I still see a little bit of gunk that gets stuck all around here. And what you can actually, I pulled some out. Use a damp sponge just to moisten that up a little bit. And then get right in there. So yes, my husband had no idea when you put hot soup in a blender that the pressure from the steam will blow that top lid right off and explode onto the wall, onto the ceiling, and onto all your appliances. Alright, so we're going to start with cleaning the burr grinder. Now with this here, you can actually remove the hopper, and inside here there's still some remnants of the coffee beans. So usually what I would do is sort of go in there, sweep them up, and you can actually remove this unit here. Now, instead of having to go through the whole thing, taking all the components apart, an easier way of doing it is to use these cleaning beads. So I just got these off of Amazon. I'm just going to place this back on here. Lock that in place. Put the beans in. Lid back on. And I'm going to grab a bowl. So what we're going to do is we're just going to press underneath here a little button, and that's just going to bring the beans, the cleaning beads through. Alright, so I'm putting in some sacrificial beans. The purpose of this is to clear out the cleaning beans. So now we're going to put this through, and we're going to watch to see how much of the cleaning beans get cleared out. Alright, so I'm actually going to press the button again to grind some more, just to make sure I got all the cleaning beans and the residue out. Alright, so I've put 2 cycles of the coffee grinds through, and it looks nice and clear. There aren't any more of the white bits from the cleaning beans. So we're gonna discard that. And this is all cleaned up. So the next step is we're going to use the cleaning tablets that are recommended by Breville. And so it's these white cleaning tabs. Now what will happen is the clean me light will turn on when it's time to use the tablets. So this is the tablet holder. It's just a rubber piece. You're going to place that in the 1 shot cup, Make sure that's in there. Place that on here. Then you're going to put the portafilter in the group head. Lock that in place. You're going to get a bowl, a large enough bowl to catch all of that solution. Now the purpose of this is to clear out all the gunk that's created by the coffee grinds. So machine is off now. You're going to press the 1 cup and the 2 cup buttons along with the power button. You're going to hold that for about 3 seconds. Alright, so this cycle takes approximately 5 minutes. It'll go on and off throughout that time interval. Okay, so an important step to not forget, prior to doing the vinegar and water solution, you want to take out the filter that sits inside the water reservoir, because there's no reason to filter out the vinegar water. So now that the clean cycle is done, we need to flush some water through the system here. So I'm going to take that off. The tablet has dissolved, and put that aside, and then I'm going to press the double shot. Alright, so you're going to do that a few times just to make sure that the system is all cleared out. Now we're going to flush through the vinegar water solution through the group head, followed by the water spout, followed by the steamer. Alright, so I tried to go through about half the tank with the water and vinegar solution. Next, we're going to put it through the water spout. Alright, so we've gone through the water spout, now we're going to do the steamer. Okay, so the vinegar flush has been completed. I've emptied out the reservoir and I've cleaned it out thoroughly with fresh water. And now we're going to actually put the fresh water through. You want to make sure all that vinegar comes out of the 3 different components. Okay, so we'll start with the group head. Alright, so next we're going to run the water through the water spout. Now when you just turn it to the on position, it actually will go for 2 minutes all on its own and it will automatically shut off. Alright, next we're going to do the steam wand. And we'll let it run for about 2 minutes also. So I've done 1 cycle through each component. I like to do a second time just to make sure you get through the whole water reservoir. So let's start that all over again. So the next step you want to do is replace the water filter. So in the holder here, I've actually soaked the water filter for 5 minutes. I rinsed the water, soaked it again for 5 minutes, rinsed the water. You'll notice it gets a bit cloudy with the carbon that's in there. So you want to keep rinsing it until it comes through clear. So I'm going to take that, take this in there, snap it in, make sure that the snaps are in properly. So if you look on the actual filter holder, there are a bunch of numbers, 1 to 12. So what you want to do, like for example, it's June, you want to put this so that the arrow is pointing 2 months in advance, because that's about approximately the amount of time that you want to use the filter for. Alright. And there you have it, just snaps into place. Close that up. And that pretty much concludes our cleaning session. Now there's one thing that I didn't show you, and that's what I actually like to use to clean the machine. And one of my favorite things is the sponge. Because if you look at the different areas that need cleaning, especially the water catcher. This sponge actually conforms to all the nooks and crannies, and I love this thing. You pull it out, everything comes out nice and clean. Same with inside the components, the trap here. And the final stage is to pull out the water trap. Now, just from all that cleaning, fair bit of water that gets trapped in there. Now, I love this sponge because it fits to all the nooks and crannies in here. As you can see, it just cleans everything very well. Same with here. You're going to lift these out, clean them really well with soapy water, and rinse and place back in. So that concludes this video on the deep clean of the Breville Barista Express espresso machine. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And don't forget that reminder bell so that you